Hello everyone, it's Julien from Beauty Cosmos. We're back. We're going to talk about another top 5 books to spec on for the month of May of 2022 that should, and I do say should, be releasing in July of 2022. So I say should because, holy cow, did we have a hard time finding 5 books that are actually supposedly releasing in July 2022. But who are we saying about who? We? Well, that's PF and I. PF, you're back? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Julien. How are you?
Last month? Yeah. Well, I'm feeling better, so that's good. And then, but I am disappointed in the lack of available specs. Then again, a few specs were books that I recommended subscribing to, so you can't do both. So you either spec on it or you read it. It's really hard to do both. Anyways,
it is.
On my point of view.
No, it is hard. I mean, if you don't want to overlap books here and there, so yeah, when you're going for books that you want to spec on and you want to read. The choice becomes very thin after a while.
Or extremely expensive. It's like, I would like a reading copy and then 5 spec copies. So, as I mentioned, we were looking at 5 titles that we had the hard time of finding that should be releasing in July of 2022. This is May 2022 previews catalog from either Marvel, DC, or Diamond. We're using Managed Comics over at bdcosmos.com, and then click on Managed Comics, and then you can log in if you have an account. If you do not, you can just create yourself an account and then subscribe to books. We will reach out to you asking, hey, who are you and how often are you going to be picking up your books? And then we'll just follow through with that. We also do ship nationwide. And so, PF, please give me your very first pick this month, which I've already clicked on, sadly.
The very first pick this month from AWA. We're going to be going with Absolution. Just by the looks of it, I mean, if you look at their cover art, really it's a vibe of Blade Runner, the original poster. Even like the way they drew stuff really takes me back to that original poster. The story really is a hired killer that is at the end of her life, and she needs to redeem herself. And the villains in the story have implanted her with some streaming devices in her head. So she's going to live stream whatever she does for a month. And if she stops doing what she's supposed to be doing, the bomb explodes.
She's live streaming it? Wow.
Yeah. So what it says is, as her journey of atonement is live streamed to a fickle public, Nina is about to discover that the road to redemption might be splattered in blood. So yeah,
it's pretty hardcore. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've seen that sort of stuff before. I mean, with I don't remember. It was a movie like when we were younger. That they had neck bombs, and if they moved past the point, the neck bombs exploded.
Awesome. That rings a bell.
So, I mean, it's not something we haven't seen, but I mean, it's something semi-original. And, I mean, this easily could be done with a movie like some sort of half-assed coming up hero. They could put a male as a main, or they could put a female. But I mean, like, the thing about like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was younger, put something in his head, like in Total Recall or something like that, and have fun with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. What I just I just realized it's written by Peter Milligan, Rachel's favorite. Peter Milligan has written for Marvel, Aftershock, Vault, DC, Dark Horse. I think the answer is basically everybody. Prolific writer, multiple series, multiple projects in the works. I thought this was part of the Resistance universe. I just recently finished Knighted, and I was certain that the Nina looked like one of the robot androids from Knighted, so I just assumed it was part of the same universe. It seems it's not. So hey, it gave me that vibe, plus all the Blade Runner feel from the cover. I have pre-ordered the B cover, the Frank Cho cover, yeah, right here, because it's my boy, and I like to support him whenever I see a cool cover, like the Immortal Red Sonja. No, Invincible Red Sonja that I've been reading from Matt Connor, Jim, and Palmiotti. I subscribed to the D cover, which is the Frank Cho cover sets. So yeah, it looks great, very interesting. Love the covers. You can choose Blade Runner or Frank Cho. You can't go wrong. Looks great.
No, yeah, exactly. Both covers are really cool, and yeah, we're gonna see where it goes.
My first pick. It's not something amazing. It's not crazy original. Rogues Gallery is this failed action hero star, and she's just going home, and there's crazed fans waiting for her there, and they want to relive her adventures in real life. So it's stuck at home with insane people, and she has to defend her life, and she has to survive the night. So it's a bit of a horror, bit of action sequence. It feels like Melissa Benoist, who's finished as Supergirl, and now people want to, like, I'm going to be your supervillain in real life, in your own home. So that gives me, I was like, oh, this is an easy to do, quick movie. And they say The Purge meets Misery. I can get The Purge because, you know, it's crazed people, but it's not people who are trying to kill each other. They're just trying to relive her adventures as her antagonists. So they're just completely demented fans. So again, Declan Shelby, really great artist. So I'm not really worried about the interior art. It's just the concept itself. I can feel like, yeah, this is easily optioned become into a movie. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's from Image, so it's from a big box. And like you said, I mean, the premise of having people come into your house, being intruders, and making you relive something. I mean, we've seen that time and time again, and they can do that with basically, like, literally a very poor budget. Like, I mean, take a random, like, chalet out back somewhere, and take 20 cast members, and then that's it. You know,
you don't even need to do that out back. You could just easily rent a home in LA, and it'll be just as expensive, and you can film it in LA. It'll be actually cheaper to move the cast around and crew to film a house in LA at night.
True, but you got to think about the coronavirus, and if you're doing it in LA, everybody's going to catch the Rona.
I didn't think of that, but good point. Because, you know, in your cottage, you're definitely never getting the Rona.
Exactly. You're secluded in a cottage.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's my pick, Rogues Gallery. Nothing special.
But yeah, no, I mean, we've seen that kind of movie time and time. I think, like, Get Out, not Get Out, but the movie there, Us.
Yeah, it feels like Us, but more action adventure.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, nothing to say against that pick.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get that book, you put it somewhere safe, and then when the movie comes out, you're like, cha-ching.
Yeah, it's easy. Just like buy one, put it aside, or buy one, read it, get another copy. You know, if you're interested in reading the story, buy an extra copy. That's one of those that, like, yeah, definitely buy an extra copy. But yeah, I'm doing the same. I'm actually forgot to do this. Pre-order one copy. Yeah, I'm just putting one aside. I don't care for the other covers for this. Like, I get what they're trying to do, how it's like, oh, they're being tortured and whatnot. But I believe, if anything, the movie poster would more resemble the main cover if they do the Los Angeles thing. That's my opinion. Otherwise, if it's a cottage out back, then the other covers makes more sense.
Yeah, but I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, I mean, that the main cover of the first issue needs to, like, encompass the entire series, what the series is about.
Yeah.
And that I mean, we see her, we see like her house, we see people inside, and I mean that's what it is. You know, it's people going into your house, being intruders, and just me. You know, they want to be bad guys. So
yeah,
main cover is where it's at.
All right, sir, your second pick.
Second pick, we're going to be going with Boom. And we're going to be going, I can't, we're going to be going with Flower Girls.
No, Flavor Girls.
Flavor Girls, even worse.
Yeah.
So Flavor Girls, why am I picking Flavor Girls? Because
you're a huge fan of Locatelli-Kournwsky.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I'm doing that. No, it's just because if, for some odd reason, this spikes because it's a bunch of teen girls that are action adventure, and we've seen that type of like group before.
Yeah, it's a magical girl group. There's like 17 bazillion animes about magical girl groups, and in the US there's Powerpuff Girls. That's magical girls.
Exactly. So I mean, if for some odd reason this catches on, then you want to have that first issue. Don't subscribe to the series. Don't subscribe to nothing else. Just pick up like 2 issues of that. Put him in a box somewhere. And if this ever gets made into like an anime or like a series, or if this catches on, well, in 2 years' time, then that book's going to be worth 5 times what you paid for. So yeah.
I want to mention that this is make the book bad. He has written Persephone. That's a classic from that he made that Boom published. It's entirely possible that the series is actually very good, and it'll be a great read for your children. It is a children's title. We're just saying, pick up a #1 that might be worth money. But if you're looking to as a reading with your family, that's a totally different story. We're not saying it's a bad title. We're just saying that there may be value to this if it gets developed into not with Netflix because they're canceling all animated series, but I don't know, Amazon could. Amazon or
whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever. But true. True. Yeah. Netflix is fucking closing everything.
Well, not everything, but they fired a lot of people recently, and they're cutting the fat that they realized that they had. Anyways, Flavor Girls.
Yeah. So Flavor Girls. And what is your second pick, sir?
This is a hard one. It's called "There's Something Wrong with Patrick Todd." So there's no image over at Managed Comics. They forgot to load it. Here's the cover. The reason I like this is because it's from Ed Brisson, and Ed Brisson was kind of known for the X-Men, and he's written a lot of other things for Marvel. Beyond the Breach, I actually read Beyond the Breach. It was pretty decent. From Aftershock. The synopsis is that he's a 15-year-old. Patrick Todd is a 15-year-old. He's a telepath and makes people do what he wants, and then has people rob banks and then turn themselves in for doing so by taking the money first. So he's like, I'm a good person at heart, but I'm doing bad things, and people are noticing the strangeness in his life and these things that he's doing. How is a 15-year-old with all of this money, right? And so there are lots of signs here, and then there are people with much higher up, much with grander ideas of what they could do with Patrick Todd. So again, just like Rose Gallery, there's something wrong with Patrick Todd. Feels to me like, this is also a quick movie, but it could be a TV series. But I think, depending on how the issues go, I think it's only a 5-issue from Aftershock. It could be developed into a TV series, but it could also just be a quick movie. Again, the point is getting a #1 with a potential of being optioned and developed into a product, so you can make some money.
Yeah, we we talked about it before, and I mean, like before we did the video, and yeah, we talked about that because I mean we were looking for specs, and the writer from it, Ed Brisson, I think that's what clinched it for you, that yeah, he's written stuff before and that stuff has been well received.
Yeah.
So this could very well be another one of those. Just in 5-10 years a movie's going to come out and that's going to be the story, because it's not really that hard to adapt. Like you said, it's just a kid and he's doing stuff and he's a telepath, so I mean it's not really the hardest superpower to put on the screen. So yeah, a very good pick, and I can definitely see this being optioned at some point in the future.
I want to Wikipedia Ed Brisson, but he's not coming up as a Wikipedia page, so I'm just gonna oh, here's his Marvel page. Bang. All the stuff that he's written. Ha! So Ed Brisson is their head writer for Predator.
Oh, so yeah, and Predator's coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then this is a bunch of side stories that he's written in like Amazing Spider-Man recently, but it's not. Let's try to go older. Oh yeah, okay. He wrote Dead Man Logan, which was a very great series. It's the death of Old Man Logan. It was really, really, really good. Yeah, he's written Cable recently. Wasn't that Jerry Dugan though?
You would know better than
yeah, I'm just looking at this thing. Is like, it feels like it's not him. Okay, let's go to, maybe it's like he's part of other things. So like edbrisson.com, what has he got? Comic book writer. About appearances, store, newsletter. Dude, can I just? Oh, I have to. No, about. Comic book DB, and the page doesn't work. Great. Okay, so Ed Brisson, I like him. You should too. Your final pick, sir.
Final pick for this month. We talked about this series before, and we're probably going to keep talking about it here and there. We're going to go with Radiant Black, number 17. Why are we talking about 17? Because as we talked before, when Supermassive and Rogue Sun came out and Radiant Red came out, there is a new Radiant color that is going to make an appearance in Radiant Black 17, and it's going to be Radiant Yellow. So if we have the mentality that Radiant Black is going to keep on going for many, 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 many years, and there are going to be many, 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 many spin-off series, you want to have those first appearances of every character that's going to pop up. If we think that the Radiant Black is going to become something like the Power Rangers or something with all the Radiant colors, then you want to have those first appearances. Radiant Yellow.
Makes sense. Black. So the key books are exactly. Radiant Black number 1 for Radiant Black, and then you need Supermassive for Radiant Red and Rogue Sun, and you've got Radiant 17 for Radiant Yellow. So we're missing pink and we're missing green. We don't have blue.
No, we don't have blue either.
Yeah, so there's a couple of more Radiants, a couple of more Power Rangers that need to come through. But yeah, these are definitely all key books. If it be Kyle Higgins just firing all cylinders, he's like, I'm building these Power Rangers for the Image universe. So yeah, definitely easy pick. It is a pick that it's a comic book character you just need to have. Period.
That's it.
Well, that was short and easy for 5 picks this time. Here's a bunch of movies maybes, and then you need this yellow character. You need the Radiant Black characters. If we look at 2 months ago, and we were soliciting books for May of 2022 that were supposed to come out. Well, we're only mid-May. But most of these books, again, haven't come out yet, and they're not coming out anytime soon either. So, back in March, we were talking about Avengers Forever number 5. Miles Morales 38, Last Spot Standing number 1, Spider-Man 2099 Exodus number 1, and Crimson Reign number 5. The Knights of Ren variant specifically.
Yeah, the Raza variant.
Yeah, so Avengers 5 did come out. There was the first appearance of the Man-Thing Avengers inside. There was also the story was about Doom above all and him controlling all other Dooms. So there was no Council of Doom because he is the Doom above all. He's just whenever he goes to a different universe, he subjugates that universe's Doom under his control. So there are a lot of other Doom appearances in that book. But it didn't spike in value. It didn't sell out. It didn't go to second print, which was the second time that Avengers Forever book hadn't gone to second print. So I guess people just didn't care about either they didn't care or they didn't pay attention to what happened inside the book, and I just don't know which one it is.
Yeah, kind of sad because I mean, like you said, it's the second book that doesn't go to second print for Avengers Forever. I mean, so yeah, maybe it's just nobody cared for Doom or anything, but I'm pretty sure that in the coming months, people are going to be ordering more of Avengers Forever.
It's a great story. I really enjoy it. Every story is like the one that's coming out in supposedly August. That was for July. The Thor plus Iron Fist mix. I think that's a really cool concept. I don't know if it'll go anywhere. I just want to read it.
Yeah, and there's I think the issue before that is going to be the multiple versions of Steve Rogers, Captain America, and I think one of the versions are like one of them's a drunk or something. So yeah, might be interesting also.
I don't remember that. Miles 38 hasn't come out yet. I don't know if we're actually getting it this month. We might maybe. Well, it's okay. So the release week for 18th is not coming out. Maybe it comes out next week for the final week of May. Miles 38. Nope, June 1st. Move to June, so it's not coming out in time for the month. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus. The reason we talked about this one is because the first appearance of Winter Soldier 2099. Let's see when that comes out. That's a mega. Oh, it's actually coming out next week, so we'll see what happens next week for May 25th release dates. And then Last Spot Standing. I don't think it jumped up at all, but we completely sold out of the store and online. I did not order enough. I mentioned this, that I ordered twice as many number 2s as number 1s because I thought the big reveal of who the bot would be on number 2 and not number 1. So I need to check if it's number 1 is reorderable so people can keep reading. And then the Crimson Reign number 5. I don't know when that comes out either. Let's see if...
not out yet, though.
Yeah, it's not yet. Yeah, June 22nd. So everything is completely delayed. So it really hurts to recommend Marvel books at this time as specs for a specific release month. It does give you more time to order them. By and large, most books will give you more time to order them because they haven't passed FOC. But there have been times, a lot recently, where the book goes in FOC and it passes. They take our orders and then they push the release date 2, 3, 4 extra weeks because they don't have the paper, or they just don't have the availability on the printers to be able to push those books as the other books that they're trying to push. Case in point, Amazing Spider-Man number 4 and number 6 are FOCing on the same week. And then at number 5 will FOC 2 weeks later after that. And the reason for that is because FOC number 6 is Legacy 900, and they need more paper for it, and so they need a longer lead time.
Yeah, we don't want what happened with Marvel books a couple of weeks ago, which were the paper quality was really it was really bad.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man number 1's cardstock quality is fantastic. I really appreciated seeing that. A lot less damages, except my 1 in 200 that was damaged. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you. We want better quality, and we're willing to wait. But it is, you know, affecting, telling you guys when to spec. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately.
So that's it. Not much we can say about specs again this month. Not much we can talk about specs for next couple of months. Hopefully, sometime next year, things will look better. But even the I was talking to my distributor this morning when I was picking up, and then my lead agent is like, yeah, this supply chain issue will resolve itself in 2024. So, yeah, that's their expectation at this point. I was telling them last year, it's like, oh man, you've got it till 2023. It's like, oh no, it'll be done by 2022. And now they're saying 2024. So, yeah. I don't expect the availability of paper to be come back soon, anytime soon, anyways. So, my hope is that all publishers will solicit less books so they can just come out with books come out on time, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's hurting is reprints and stuff like that, you know, from books that, you know, we don't need, or, you know, not that we don't want, but I mean, reprints of books that are available, is just that they're not in the right place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it hurts everyone, and I think and this speaks to a larger issue than just, you know, books and paper. It, you know, it talks about like salaries. It talks about, because people aren't getting paid, so they don't want to do the job that they wanted to do before. And you know, it's a big old social issue. And yeah, 2024 is looking better than 2023.
Well, I'm not going to get into that because you make sense, but it's outside the scope of this video. So that's it, folks. If you were interested in picking up or subscribe to any of these titles, feel free to go over at managedcomics.com, bdcosmos.com/pages/managedcomics and add these books to your account. It's real simple. All you have to do is look at the May previews 2022. Go through any of the books. Say you want to pick up this very first book, what's called 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You, graphic novel volume 3, mature. For some reason, you're like, yeah, I want to subscribe to this series. Just subscribe to this series. Pre-order a cover if you're into this kind of manga material. I don't judge. I order manga of a lot of people. 2000 AD sci-fi special. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't really read it 2000 AD. It takes forever to get here. Yeah, shipping date August. So if there is a book and you're interested, feel free to add it down below. Is there a book that you feel we should have been specking on? Maybe you feel like, why don't you mention about Spider-Man #7, Return of Norman Osborn? I wanted to. Comes out in August now. But feel free to let us know in the comments down below. Want to share this video to one of your friends and say, hey, these guys think about this thing. It's the same thing you were thinking about Rogue's Gallery. There you go. We validated your friend's comments. Just feel free to share the video with him. Otherwise, PF, we'll speak real soon about more comic books. Otherwise, we'll speak with all of the rest of you with more comic books real soon with more videos from BD Cosmos on YouTube.com. Thank you so much, and PF, as always, thank you so very much for joining me with these.
Thanks for having me along, Julien.
All right, and we'll see each other real soon for more comic book speculation.